Chasing sunsets, painting skies are red. With every mile, a new story sealed. Here we go, Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels.
Hi, it's another planning session. This planning session is for Wednesday the 14th of May, and we'll hopefully be waking up at Scalloway Caravan Park, and we're heading towards Delting. But this day, we've kind of set it aside as a bit of a relaxed, explore, just enjoy a bit of driving, stop where we feel like it type day. That said, we have planned in a few places that we'd quite like to visit, but it's going to be a bit more free and easy. So we're going to be leaving Scalloway Caravan Park kind of just as we get up and ready. And the first place we're going to be heading is a place called Gairdins. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's a garden and woodland area. It just looks really nice. I'm going to need my trike because there's some woodland walks. I'm hoping they won't be too overgrown in May. And we just thought it'd be a nice place to stop off and enjoy some scenery and see what it's like. After that, we're going to head out towards a place that's spelled Walls, but apparently pronounced Was, or something like that. To get there, we should cross over several bridges and visit some of the Western Islands. So we're going to head out this way to Was, and then hopefully head towards St Margaret's Church and Cemetery, which is towards the end of that peninsula, and that overlooks an island called Papastawa. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And then on the way back towards Delting, at Neil's request, I must say, we're going to find the road sign for a village called Twatt. You can imagine why he finds that highly amusing. So he wants a photo of the sign. And then we're going to head up towards Delting, and we're staying at Delting Boat Club, and we should be able to have little walks around there. But one of the highlights is going to be having fish and chips at the UK's most northerly fish and chip shop. And that's where we're hoping to have dinner on that evening. And then we're staying at Delting Boat Club, which again is a little bit of more like an air. It's not a campsite as such, but it's a designated park up. You do pay, and there are some facilities, and we'll see what that's like. See you there. Good morning, it's Wednesday the 14th of May, and we've just spent the night at Scalloway Caravan Park, which is absolutely beautiful. It's fully accessible. They've got a little facilities building with a place where you can sit and play games. There's a free washing machine and tumble dryer, which was all included in the price. It was quite expensive at £35 a night, but we've got electric and water to the pitch, and as I say, the washing and drying was included, so that was really good. Today we're going to head off up towards Delting, which is north from here, and on the way we're going to visit a few places and just have a drive around. We'll see you later. Bye. Well, we didn't drive very far before Neil found a parking lay-by that turned out to be a viewing spot, and we can see why they put a viewing spot here, because it was absolutely beautiful. It was right at the top of a big hill, and the views were over the sea or the lochs, I'm not sure which they were, and the rolling hills, and it was just really nice to stop for a few minutes and just take it all in. We actually stopped at another viewing place before we arrived at our first destination, which was Gairdins. We've just arrived at Gairdins, and we're going to get out and have a woodland walk and a look around, I think, 3 gardens. It's absolutely stunning here. It's so beautiful, and the drive here was lovely too. Apologies, there's somebody doing some kind of carpentry in the background. Liggy seems quite excited to have a walk as well. So we'll take some photos on our walk and maybe some video. See you in a bit. a drive, we arrived in Was, which is where we stopped for lunch. We parked up opposite the lock front, and Neil popped to a shop to get some bits and pieces for lunch, and we just sat and had our lunch in a beautiful environment. And then we went for a little walk and had a bit of a leg stretch before moving on to our next destination.
Roll the road, no edges in my view. Every mile fresh like morning dew. Finberries on wheels, life's a ride. Freedom rolling like the ocean tide. Wheels are spinning, sun on my face. Moving hearts, no need to race. Adapted journey, no barriers here. Every detour makes the moment clear. Finberries on wheels, let's chase the sky. Horizons call, rolling dreams don't lie. Motorhome world where limits break. Finberries on wheels, life to stake.
So we've made it to Melby Beach. We parked up at St Margaret's Church and walked down the hill to this beautiful beach. There was some bikers and some of the motorhomers at the end, and Neil took Liggy for a little walk on the beach while I stayed up on the grass bank. Unfortunately, it just wasn't quite accessible enough for me to get down. So yeah, we just sat for a while and enjoyed the peace and quiet and the beautiful scenery. I think the island that you can see off the coast is Papastawa. I've no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And you can get the ferry to there, but we decided not to. And then I pushed myself back up the hill with Liggy walking angelically beside me. When we got back to the van, we continued on our journey, made our way back inland, and took some really narrow country roads through the hills via a couple of places. We visited the road sign for Twatt and then continued to the cake fridge, where unfortunately everything in that cake fridge had beta-carotene in, which I'm allergic to. So we didn't actually buy anything from there, which we were really disappointed about. Then we continued on our way to Bray, which is the town just before Delting, which is where we were staying for the night. So enjoy the rest of the journey and some pictures from Bray, Frankie's fish and chip shop, which I'll talk more about later, and Delting Boat Club.
Wheels are rolling on the road ahead, chasing sunsets, painting skies are red. With every mile, a new story sealed. Here we go, Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels. The earth is our map. Freedom and adventure, no room for a gap. Through mountains and valleys, every place reveals the joy of the journey. Finberries on wheels. Campfires glow under starry night skies. Home on the road where the spirit never lies. Wind in our hair, we know how it feels. The call of the wild. Finberries on wheels. engine hums its tune, the heartbeat sings, life on the move, oh the joy it brings. From coast to coast we break all seals, stories of magic, Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels. The earth is our map, freedom and adventure, no room for a gap. Through mountains and valleys, every place reveals the joy of the journey. Finberries on wheels. Campfires glow under starry night skies, home on the road where the spirit never lies. Wind in our hair, we know how it feels, the call of the wild, Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels. Where the dream unfolds, adventure awakens, the heart grows bold, forever it echoes, life spinning reels, our song of freedom, Finberries on wheels.